What's up guys, C2113 here, and today we're going to be unboxing the new 11-inch iPad Pro. Alright guys, now real quick before I get into the video, yes, I'm still sick. If you saw my last video, this was shot pretty much the same day, so I'm still sick. Also, the set's a little bit different. I'm actually working on a much nicer set to finally get the videos off the ground, so to speak. I know because you guys looking at my hands and my feet isn't always the best thing when I'm trying to show you the products as well. But anyway, this is just at my desk just because this is a special unboxing, and I figure we should get it to a desk environment where I can lay things out a little bit better for you guys. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay guys, so here we get into the video, and here's everything that we're going to be unboxing today. Now, I want to stress this is just going to be an unboxing. I'm not going to be going through the major setup process or showing you all the features, because that's been done 1,000 times on YouTube, and I'm just going to show you my unboxing here. And then after that, I'm going to need time to use the device to really give you my honest take, right, on whether or not this is going to do what I needed to do. And full disclosure, right, I may end up returning all of this. I stressed this several times when I was in the Apple Store to make sure that I could return everything, no questions asked, if it didn't work for what I needed it. And so what I'm trying to do is to use this as a lightweight mobile editing machine. Now you might laugh and say, well, hey, you need a full OS, you need a whole... I hear you, okay, and that was my biggest concern, is the lack of a true file system. But anyway, that being said, we're gonna see. This is a little experiment in the iPad Pro world, so we'll see how it works. But what we're gonna be unboxing is the 11-inch space gray 1 terabyte iPad Pro with cellular, right? So that's the top tier level of the 11-inch. And as you know, the 1 terabyte models have actually 6 gigs of RAM, while the standards have 4. So everything under 1 terabyte on either the 11 or the 12.9 have only 4 gigs of RAM, whereas these have 6. Also, we've got an Apple Pencil here. Again, one size fits all. Now you do know, obviously, this is the 2nd gen Apple Pencil, so it's not compatible with the first. Probably is, but you know how Apple is. They're not going to let you do that. We've got the Smart Keyboard Folio. Again, I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to use the keyboard, because honestly, I never, as crazy as it sounds, I never had a problem with on-screen keyboards on iPads. But if I do end up using it, that's going to be in the review. And the last two things are, of course, a USB-C to SD card reader, because as you know, USB-C on these new iPads, and we've got a headphone dongle, because bada bing bada boom, no more headphone jack. Courage. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, I think the first thing we should do is just go ahead and unbox the iPad itself. Now, I do have a SIM ejection tool ready here. I'm not going to need it for this video in particular, but afterwards when I'm installing my SIM card, as I do still have an active holy grail of iPad data plans, the unlimited data plan that was grandfathered in when I first got the 1st gen 3G iPad. So definitely going to make use of that on this iPad. So that being said, let's take a look at how this thing opens. So we're just going to do that. Oh wow, they got a clean unboxing experience now, huh? Well, not that clean. Well, she ripped, but I'm still going to have to pull her the rest of the way off. Okay, there we go. Now let's, they say that these boxes were designed to increase anticipation, but when I literally can't shake it out, that's a problem. So let's see if I can just kind of get my fingers up in there. There we go. Alright. Okay. There's the iPad. And there it is. Wow. Yeah, I held this in the store, but, still, this is quite impressive. And part of me hates that I can't tell which way is up and down easily, but part of me also loves that. Still, same buttons over here, volume, power. It's been a long time since I got a new iPad, so And of course you got your smart connector moved to the bottom there. Let's go ahead and remove the protection. Oh boy, there she is. Now I've got a screen protector on the way for this thing because I already know how thin the glass is on this thing, and plus I just don't want any scratches on this thing. And you know, it's always been my thing where I just put a screen protector on whatever I'm using, and so I'm gonna throw one on here. I've got a tempered glass screen protector on the way. I know already that installation is gonna be a bitch, but I'll make it happen. Let's move this to the side and we'll take a look at what else is in the box. Oh, and look at that. There, the camera lens sticks out so much they put a little divot in the box there. Just your information here. Do we get any stickers? Do we get any stickers? I see stickers. There we go. Got our Apple stickers. That's always nice. You know, to this day, I'm not sure why they put those in the box, but hey, nice stickers. And that's it. All, you know, historically, you never got a lot with iPads. This is pretty much all you got. But we've got an 18-watt USB-C charger here. I do believe that the iPad Pro is actually capable of charging at a much higher rate than 18-watt, but that's the one they give you in the box. And then, of course, you have a very short, like 3.3-foot USB-C cable. So, you know, I'm not really sure about you know, Apple cheaping out on us there. You could give us a longer cable, but that's what they've always given us, and I don't know why they would do it any different here. So that being said, we know what's in the box here. Oh, and I think, maybe I'm mistaken, there we go, I missed it the first time. You have your SIM ejection tool that's also included. So of course this is for all cellular iPads. But now that we have the iPad out of the box, we'll just take a quick look around, and you know, you can see people have talked about this, but I'm gonna reiterate this. Of course, you have your cellular bands here, so you're going to have, on the Wi-Fi version, you're going to just have an antenna line on the top, but on the cellular one, you're going to have much more segmentation. So you see the bottom here, you've got the standard here, and then you've also got a segment that runs here, and then on the top you have a segment that runs here. Now, it doesn't really bother me at all, but some people complain that it's not really symmetrical, and I guess I can understand that. You can see, you know, your bottom here is on this side and your top's on this side. Also, your camera is no longer going to have any optical image stabilization. Again, I don't really care, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of taking videos or pictures on an iPad, on a tablet in general. I think it looks kind of tacky, but you know, in a pinch, this is still a really good camera, so it's going to get the job done. I mean, the balance, a lot of people talk about this too. The balance here is incredible. I'm on the middle there, right on the Apple logo, and it's just sitting right there. So definitely the balance is nice on this thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other accessories, and then we'll see how they all play together. Now again, these are all things that I bought with an express go-ahead from everyone that I asked at the Apple Store, that if I had an issue or I wasn't happy with them, I could bring them back, no questions asked, up until January 8th. The Apple Pencil here, we'll open that first. This is the new Apple Pencil. And just to give you an idea, $129 for this Apple Pencil, and now you don't get an extra tip in the box. So that is a lovely little price there. But there she is. Open her up and just slide out the tray just like this. And of course, pick up your documentation here. We'll see what we get. Pencil. It explains how you can double tap to change modes. It explains the pairing and charging process, which is very simple, I gotta say. And that's pretty much it when it's documentation. Just a bunch of other paperwork in there. Put that to the side and take a look at the pencil. And you know, I gotta say, the weight of this one is definitely nicer than the weight on the original one. Not necessarily that it's any heavier or lighter, but that it feels more balanced, so to speak. So, you know, you can see here, I'm trying to center it, and center of mass is pretty much in the center, give or take, just maybe slightly forward of center, and that gives a really nice feeling in the hand. You know, the old one, it kind of felt a little back heavy, and I never even owned one, but just having played with other people's and played with them in the Apple Store, I could tell you already that they felt a little not quite balanced. So this is nice. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, and also the new pencil, besides obviously charging wirelessly and pairing easily, also is matte finished now, so it has a matte finish. And I also like that a lot better. I think it offers a little bit better grip, and it's less likely to start feeling slimy quickly. That's kind of a thing that always happens with glossy plastic, is that you get oil buildup on there really quick, and then it just starts feeling really slimy. So that's nice, and of course, being that it's flat, it'll sit without rolling too far. So that's nice. Alright, let's move on to the keyboard case, or my bad, the keyboard folio. But really this year it is more of a case, because, let's see, does this one have a smart tab to open it? Nope. I guess we're going to have to go dumb on this one. Got the Mini Crooked River here. Going to open us up. Just got this one off the KME, by the way, so she is very sharp. This one really is more of a case than previous years, simply because you get full back coverage and there isn't some sort of, you know, origami type folding situation going on with the stand. The stand is a much simpler setup. You get your iPad here and it locks into one of two available positions. Now, I don't like that there's only two positions. I think that's very limiting, and honestly, that's one of the big reasons why I think I probably, even if I wanted to keep a keyboard case setup, that I'd probably go somewhere after, you know, third party. That being said, this is a vast improvement. I do like that finally there is some back coverage, and from what I understand, the magnets are stronger. So you have better alignment and, you know, better staying power. Let's go ahead and open this up. Wow, there she is. Get a tab here. So there's your folio. There's your placeholder there with all your documentation. Oh, that's interesting. A little drawer in there. It just says iPad Pro, Smart Keyboard Folio, and I guess it's just telling you, there you go, how to close it, how to get into the two different stand positions, and that's pretty much it. Alright. Well, I think the last thing to do... Oh, wait. My bad, guys. Hold on. We got two more things to open up. Not real important things, but depends on who you are, actually. I would say that this or this could be equally as important, but honestly, if you're going to be using something like this in a professional setting, you're probably going to get yourself a USB-C hub that's going to get you all the ports that you need, along with your 3.5mm headphone jack. But we'll start with this. It's got a little quick pull tab here, which allows you to easily open that. And this is going to be crucial for anybody that's going to be editing videos, photos, and you're trying to transfer them off of a camera, and you don't want to connect the camera directly to the iPad, or maybe there isn't an interface in that direction, and you just want to take the SD card right out of there. So not much to be said here. I have one of these that's a Lightning SD card reader. I had gotten that for my iPhone back in the day. This is pretty standard stuff. Just an SD card reader. I can't say much about that. I just picked it up to see what it'd be like, but let's be honest, guys. Ouch. I mean, just, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I mean, this whole thing was already expensive, but think about it. For a little SD card reader, can you guys see that? That's $39, okay? That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
But anyway, last thing to unbox here is going to be our USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. Now, I know that Apple is on this new philosophy of minimalize everything, make everything as minimalistic as possible. And you know what? We have Johnny Ive to thank for that. But I gotta be honest, I don't like that design approach. I think, you know, there reaches a point of minimalism when you actually start seriously impacting the functionality of the device. And you can say, you know, what you want for the iPhone and even the regular iPads, but when you get down to the point where you're calling this an iPad Pro, just like the MacBook Pro, okay, but at least that still has a headphone jack. You call this the iPad Pro, and then you remove the headphone jack. For a lot of people that use the iPad Pro and its amazing internal power for different DJ or music applications, this is a problem. I mean, this is a problem. But enough of that about that. I'm gonna leave that sort of opinion for the review. Anyway, let's just go ahead and see how the three main things work together. We got the iPad here. I'm gonna line that up on the Smart Folio keyboard. By the way, that just locked into place. It didn't even make a lot of noise. It just locked in, a very comfortable feeling. You can see right here you've got a little bit of plastic. That's just to allow the pass-through for your pencil, which, I mean, that's pretty solid, but yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm putting this in my backpack, or if I'm putting this in a bag, I don't think I trust this to stay on there. This, I mean, you can see that's still going to come off. You see what I'm saying, guys? So you're going to want to, if you're going to be a little bit more than just gingerly placing this in a bag or carrying this with you, especially in public, you might want to get a case or a folio style case or something that's got a little loop built into it for this, because that would be perfect. You get a loop that slides in, you slide it in right here, it locks into place, and it's got a loop, so that'll keep it there. And if you get a thin enough loop, I don't think that's going to impact the wireless charging. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, let's go ahead and see how this locks into the two different stand positions here. Okay, we've got that one, which is I'd say the useful one, and then I guess this one, which is kind of tricky to get into, is usable if you're in a situation where there's a really high viewing surface. So if you got this on a really high table for some reason, or you're sitting in a really low chair, then this might be useful. But otherwise, it kind of just feels a little too sharp of an angle for me. If I'm looking at this keyboard here, if I'm honest, how do I say this? It doesn't feel like it's worth $180. I mean, this this sort of material here that's laminating the keyboard, it feels like that sort of weird, sort of like jacket Gore-Tex type material. I don't hate it. I don't really have a problem with it. And the keys do feel okay. Still less travel than I'd like, but I don't know, how much I can ask for. And of course, you got the messed up arrow key set up here. But it's just, I mean, you just look at how the laminations have these little waves going on, and this just doesn't seem like a high-end product. But you know what? I'm complaining enough. I'm going to leave all that for the review. This has been my unboxing of the 11-inch 1TB iPad Pro. If you like the video, give me a like. If you have any questions or comments, I'll answer them as I get more and more use time with this device. Obviously, I haven't even turned it on to set it up yet, but I will do my best to keep up with you guys. And if you want to see the future videos I make on this, how-tos, different issues I've run into, workarounds, and of course my final review, be sure to get subscribed, and I'll see you in the next